Hey everybody, happy Monday. Another top 5 budget decks. This time I'm going to throw some twist in there for this week's climb, and hope everybody is having a good first of the month. I have not been playing too much these past few days, but my wife is already gold 9, so we're all in a happy place over here. So going over some win rates, there's been some changes. You know, last week there was the adjustments to nerfs to Hunter. The nerfs to Hunter. See, that's why I was saying that. And yeah, Hunter is now not number 1 in the win rates. Warlock is beating it. And also look at this, number 4, Warrior. Warrior is now top 5. That's pretty cool. Looking at Wild, because you know Caverns of Time and all of the other things for Twist came out. And look, Warlock, Paladin, Warrior. Warrior is back up on Wild, and then Twist, Warlock, Rogue, and Warrior. So this is cool. I'm gonna go over a couple of Twist decks. It's a really cool format. Everybody's saying it's amazing right now, so I'll throw a couple of suggestions, and then I'm gonna throw some links in of places that you can find Twist decks just in case, because hsreplay.net doesn't really have too much on there for Twist. So let's get into it. So the top 5 right now in Standard, right now, if we're talking about Hunter not being that great, it's still good. Wait. Let's see here. Looking at the overview, the 60.1% win rate with 7,320 dust for Arcane Hunter. I know I mentioned it last week. You know, this deck was in that list, and it's the same list. I don't think I've seen anything change from that. Maybe Eversong Portal's in here now? I don't think it's that much different, but it's also telling you that the nerfs didn't just kill the class completely. So there's still opportunities, and I've seen people like Sidisi and Hatrick saying that Arcane Hunter is still pretty good, very good, and something you should play. And it's below 8,000 dust, so you can't beat that. Next up, Control Warrior. Control Warrior is, let's see, 6,240 dust with a 57.7% average win rate. And it's just a normal Control Warrior. It's got Ignis in it, obviously. There's a lot of that there. It's got Kaz, the Titan, and then it's got Odin. And there's not many Warrior decks that I've seen recently that didn't have Odin or Ignis or both of them together. But this is a fun deck. It's a little bit more complex because you want to mess around with the rifts and what have you. But it's cool. If you played Warrior for a bit, you should know exactly what to do with this. Next up, Imp Warlock, and that is at 6,640 dust with a 55.8% win rate. And I was wrong too. One of the things I wanted to mention, even though it's not in here, when I said that Thaddeus was when it was nerfed 2 weeks ago, that okay, that wasn't going to be too good. I was totally wrong. I don't think the Thaddeus change made it worse. I think it made it better. But anyway, if we're looking at the Imp Warlock deck, this is, and I think I said it, 6,640 dust with a 55.8% win rate, and not much has changed. The only legendary in this deck is, besides Astalor, everybody should have it by now. There's no excuse. Craft Astalor, still staying in there, and then Imp King Rafam, and this is just Imp Warlock. Get your Imps out. Work on buffing them, and then kill them with Imp Link Rafam. And Imprison Horn is pretty cool art. I like it, and yeah, you should definitely put that in your deck. Next up, Undead Priest. Here's another one that's been around for a little bit. 4,280 dust. It's the cheapest one we have so far on this list. It's got a 63.6% win rate. And this really has nothing new, nothing different. It's just still good on the win rates, and it's definitely worth playing, definitely worth crafting if you like Priest and if you do not have a lot of dust. Let's go back. I just want to look at some class win rate totals just as a whole. Death Knight, not doing so great. There is some options here, especially if you're bronze through gold. So don't discount any of the Death Knights because you see this list and it's like, oh, there's no win rates that are halfway decent in Death Knight. it's very objectionable. If you go on to donkey.net, or if you go on to some of these other sites, you'll see absolutely that there's win rates in your ranking window for Death Knight. Next up, Demon Hunter. The only thing that's showing up right now in Demon Hunter is Outcast, and then there's a little bit of Relic. But again, you can find a deck in every single class that'll go ahead and get you, to where you need to be on the ladder. Druid. Druid's just Drum and Tria. That's it. It's just basically those two. Moonbeam, I thought we were going to see more of it, and it actually went lower in the win rates than it did the last time I talked about that. Hunter, with all those nerfs that they did, and this is something they did a little tweak to right when the expansion came out. They did another full nerf to a bunch of cards. The companion card was way different than it used to be, and it's still great. Arcane, Hound, Secret. Take your pick. Any one of those will work for you. Mage is pretty much mech and Secret. Rainbow is going down a little bit more. The popularity is decreased a little tiny bit, but it's still, it's still up there in total games played in the past since the expansion launched. Paladin, it's got Pure, you got Aggro, and you've got Mech. Those three cannot do you wrong. I actually downloaded the list for the Aggro Paladin because it looked really fun. It looks very fun to play. I'm a little nervous about Magatha, Bane of Music, because every time I play this card, the only 2 or 3 spells that are in my deck, it always pulls it, always goes to my opponent, and I'm always sitting there conceding. So let's see. Priest, the only thing you got going for you right now is Undead, a little bit of Control and a little bit of Giant, but Control Priest is around. It's very rare that it's around right now, but I have a feeling that you'll be seeing more and more Priest as we go through this expansion window. Rogue. Mech Rogue, Secret Rogue, that's about the only 2 major options there. Mech Rogue is still super strong, very, very swingy. If you do not clear the board when your opponent is Mech Rogue, the next turn you could be toast, so be aware of that. Shaman is Totem Shaman. The changes that they made a couple of weeks ago for Shaman just took all the interest out of it. All the wind that was pushing Shaman to the top of the heap there just kind of disappeared. But Totem is still very good. It's also very cheap. I've mentioned it multiple times before already in the previous videos for the top 5. So if you have a lot of Totem Shaman type cards, definitely look at that one as an alternative as well. Warlock is very strong. I mean, we saw it. It's the top of the win rates right now. You got Curse, you got Control, you got Thaddeus, you got Imp. You have so many options. If you're a Warlock main, you're eating good today. Last up, certainly not least, is Warrior. Control Warrior at 52.4% and Enrage Warrior at 50.4%. Warrior has been lowest on the totem pole for a while now, and the Hearthstone community was clamoring for getting Warrior back up again, bringing it where it needed to be. It doesn't need to necessarily be number 1, but the fact is it went from all the way to the bottom to like number 2, number 3, back and forth. It's a good thing. So Warrior fans are rejoicing now. So I gave you the Control Warrior deck a few minutes ago. This will be cool to see how it plays out in the next couple of weeks. And remember, we should also be seeing mini set news within the next couple of weeks or what have you. So let's go to Twist. And I haven't had a chance to play this version of Twist yet, the Wonders version, but I've been told it is amazing. Everybody's loving it. So HS Replay does not have a lot of information about Twist decks specifically, but if you go to donkey.top, I will leave a link in the description below for this exact link to be able to pull this up. Look at all of the ranking ladders, Twist decks, and I think there's just, a couple of classes right now, but it's cool. It gives you an idea, especially if you've been playing some of these classes right now. You should be in good shape. So Warlock, there's many options there. Rogue, there's a few options. Warrior, Hunter, and Druid. And the cool thing about this is some of these decks are super cheap. 2,400 on Warlock, 1,920 on Beast Hunter, and 4,840 on Druid. So there's many options here for you to go to. If you still don't know where to go, and if none of these look great, HearthstoneTopDecks.com has you covered. They just updated this a few minutes ago while I'm filming this, and they posted this on September 1st. This just gives you a couple more deck options for this game mode. The decks are a little bit more expensive on this page, so buyer beware. Hopefully you have a lot of these cards. But you know, the decks are starting to build out. It's early. There's still much more time to let things settle. I'm going to go absolutely ahead and start posting in these videos at least 1 or 2 places to find cheap twist format decks. And, you know, I'll just keep on going that way. See if I can find a couple of extra, you know, instead of 5, you know, top 5 of the week, we'll do top 5 plus 2 or 3 twist decks. So thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're a fan of what I'm doing.